Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Sing it, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Yai da dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai da dai 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 dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai da dai dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai da dai 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 dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai da dai, yai dai dai, yai dai da dai dai, yai da dai dai dai. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
A Chassid once asked the Lubavitcher Rebbe, "What really is a Chassid?" The Rebbe answered, "Every Chassid, every truly righteous Jew, is a street lamp lighter. In the olden days, there was a person in every town who would light the gas street lamps with a light carried at the end of a long pole. On each street corner, the lamp stood, waiting to be kindled. The street lamplighter would carry his pole and extend each light, knowing that the fire was not his own. So a true chassid, the Lubavitcher explained, is one who brings warmth to the souls of others, lighting up their lives with acts of care. That is the function of us as Jews, if we are truly to be righteous, to bring light to the darkest corner, knowing the light is ours to give. Our task then, this Hanukkah, when the world stands at its darkest, is to realize we each carry a light within, meant to kindle the hearts of those most in need with human warmth. With our arms and hearts extended, reaching beyond ourselves, person by person, through acts of unconditional kindness and truly heartfelt care, we can light up this dark world through our love.
As we share in this setting of Hine Matov, realize that you can light up the world with your voices. with your spirit and spark. So this is an echo song. I chose it especially knowing that in your own homes, you would be echoing me with spirit and love and voice. Yalalai, yalalai, hine matov. Yalalai, nananai, umanayim. Yalalai, nananai, shevet achim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Yalalai, nananai, hine matov. Yalalai, nananai, hine matov. Yalalai, nananai, umanayim. Yananai, nananai, shevet achim, yananai, nananai, shevet achim gam yachad. Let's light up the world, oh brothers and sisters, together with peace and love. Bring light to the world, oh sisters and brothers, and sing Hine Matov. Yalalai, nananai, hine matov. Yalalai, nananai, hine matov. Yalalai, nananai, shevet anim. Yalalai, nananai, shevet achim. Shevet achim gam yachad.
So we light up the world twofold this Shabbat Chanukah. You can see here that I've already got my menorah candles glowing in the background. Many of you joined us for our little virtual oneg. And I'm going to give the shamash one more opportunity to be a helper candle to shed its light as we now welcome Shabbat with these Neirut. You too may want to use your shamash to light your Shabbat candles. It's a special thing we only get to do once a year. We join together in words of blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Beautiful candles. And now I invite you to lift a glass in a l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'avad uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim. So as we get ready to warm our voices up with Kabbalat Shabbat, we're going to begin, because it is also Hanukkah, with a special way, a special song to open your hearts. We introduce to you our youngest of choirs, members of our youngest choirs, Sheer Joy, with a special song called Lots of Latkes.
Lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots. Let's all eat them up. Lots of latkes, lots
I mean, I hope you're singing. Wasn't that just adorable? So now we're going to continue with our voices, beginning with Elechamda Libi and going right into the pinnacle of Kabbalat Shabbat, Lechadodi. Elechamda Libi, 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 Chusana ve'ana titalem, Chusana ve'ana titalem, Chusana ve'ana titalem, Chusana ve'ana titalem. Sing it with me, Elechamda Libi, 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 Elechamda Libi. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmiyanu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litila lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Hit'oreri, kiva orich kumi uri, uri shedaberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvtzola, tog'imunei am segula. Boi chala, lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat
just as we greet and welcome Shabbat, I invite you to take a moment, if you're with somebody physically near you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom, give them a Shabbos hug or kiss. If you want to take out your phone, rabbinic dispensation to shoot off a couple of Shabbat Shalom texts. And as you do, many of us gathered to light our Chanukiah and then Shabbat candles tonight. And I imagine, if you close your eyes and imagine some aerial view over Westchester, over Larchmont, New Rochelle, Mamaroneck, all the little lights in all of the windows are Jewish bat signal going out and connecting all of us together. A network of light and love and community. We join now together all of our voices in prayer, our call to worship. Baruch Hu.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golelo mipnei choshech, golelo mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
So the Maccabees, that band of Jewish brothers, guerrilla warriors, freedom fighters, they got their name perhaps because in Hebrew, Maccabee comes from the root to hammer, to pound. But perhaps because of this next prayer that we're about to sing together, if you turn to the middle of page 4, if you're following along in our handout, you'll see the Michamocha. And if you read across the first line in Hebrew, the first 4 letters have a secret code, an acronym, Mem, Kaf, Bet, Yud, which spells Maccabee. Maccabee wasn't just their nickname, it was their mantra, it was their battle cry. And it was channeling these very words from our Torah. Who is like you, O God? As the Maccabees rode into battle against the Greeks, we imagine them singing these words as our ancestors did at the shores of the sea. And as we sing them today, it's a reminder that just as we thank God this Hanukkah for the miracles of old, so too do we carry the hope, the faith of miracles for this very moment too.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורתי לוט עושה your word As we've reached this next section of our service, our Amidah, we realize that these themes of Hanukkah, they are reflected through and in our liturgy. We think about strength and courage. We think about gratitude and light. And we think about the power of telling our story from generation to generation, the history that also is living in us in the present. And so for this evening, we will open with Adonai Sfatai, preparing to open our hearts and our lips to praise and to reflect. And then we will share in beautiful music by our song leading teens who are incredible, inspiring, and up and coming leaders in our LT community, followed by a little bit of silence to think about who brings light into your life, how do you express gratitude, and what brings you strength.
Anna
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. Join me. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. As we've been talking so much this evening about bringing light into the world, we think about those people in our lives who really need a little extra light in this moment, in this season. From our temple families, we think about the following members: Barbara Peabody, Elizabeth Friedman, Jim Jameson, Allison Paul, Harrison Sugarman, June Foreman, Paul Wiggins, Jody Kahn, Joseph Spinelli, Lawrence Cohen, Susie Wolfson, Antonia Nelita Chipola, Harriet Katz, Pat Ryan, Samuel Phillip, Jerry Gollner, Ian Spear, Norton Blumberg, Terry Rossman, Julie Ross, Deb Margolin, Paul Stampelman, George Blutner, Scott Siegel, Greg Kellner, Daniel Foley, Jeffrey Millman, Philip Levine, Marvin Friedman, Ruth Pite, Will Roth, Spencer David Nelson, Faith Powell, Jack Gilkerove, Ken Ferris, Michelle Renee Alberts, Linda Yellen, Esther Sussner, Tom Ferrara, Joel Secundi, Avram Geller, Anna Muja, Lisa Ring, Marilyn Breiter, Erwin Letterman, and Enid Elton. If there's somebody who you would like to bring healing to their lives, please say their name aloud in your own homes or in your hearts as we join together for our healing prayer. מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה us a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals the sick. Amen.
Among the Israelites in Egypt on the eve of the Exodus was the family of Norman, better known as Norman the Naysayer, from the tribe of Doubting Dan. Somehow, Norman always had a way to explain away the miracle. The Nile turns blood red. Must be that chemical dye company dumping in the river again. Locusts fill the sky. I recall my Zadie saying, this happens like clockwork every 70 years. Even leaving Egypt on that fateful night, without so much as a single Egyptian in pursuit. You know, these Egyptians are such heavy sleepers. Well, gathering tribe by tribe at the shores of the sea with Pharaoh's chariots in sight in the distance, as the sea miraculously split and Israel walked through with walls of water on either side, all Norman could say to his wife was, well, Marge, here goes a perfectly good pair of sandals. They are totally ruined. As fate would have it, with his two kids holding his hands tight, Norman's 6-year-old Sally somehow got separated from the family. Before Norman knew it, she'd let go. She was gone, swept up in the surging mob of Israelites crossing. Suddenly, Norman started to sweat, to panic, looking frantically all around, calling, Sally, sweetie, Sally, and soon, urgently, Sally! But his little girl was nowhere in sight. Norman's throat was tight, his eyes wet with tears. Gripping Solly, his 8-year-old son, still trudging through the midst of the sea, he looked to his left to meet his wife's agonized gaze. Try as he might, all explanations escaped him. And so, walking his way to freedom's shore, Norman did what he'd never done before. God, please, please, God, help me find my daughter. God! Choking on his tears, still clutching his little boy's hand, as the shore up ahead comes into view, Norman spotted something else. Wiping his eyes, he could hardly believe it. There was Sally, standing, holding her stuffed animal in one hand, waving innocently to her family with the other. A miracle, he cried, a miracle! Thank you, God, a miracle! Squeezing his little girl tight, the whole family hugging as if they'd never let go, having made it through to freedom. Finally, Norman knew in his heart, perhaps for the very first time, what it meant to witness a miracle. Sometimes it's hard to see the big picture when life is filled with sorrows, with pain. Struggle and adversity have a way of diverting us from the miracles that are daily manifest. Being a bit of a naysayer is almost understandable after all, when there seems so little in life to celebrate. But now and again, more often than we tend to admit, we recognize the wonders are real. Not so much the oil lasting for more days than it should, but more so the care of countless dedicated souls, extending their hands, their hearts to help to folks they'll never know. Likewise, the friends and family. We can't any longer just pop in and see their hugs, their kisses now virtual, their love still very real. At times like these, when darkness envelops our world, it's the glimmers of light that surprise us, that sustain us, helping us to know, fortunate as we are to greet the new day, to stand up for justice, to share our love, we are witness to a miracle that we are making real. Al Hanisim, for the miracles we daily witness, and with the light of insight that this Hanukkah must bring, we dare not miss.
Al Hanisim ve'al ha'purkan ve'al ha'gurot ve'al ha'shurot ve'al ha'milchamot she'asita la'avoteinu bi'yamin ha'hem b'zman hazeh.
Al Hanisim ve'al ha'gurot ve'al ha'shurot ve'al ha'milchamot she'asita la'avoteinu Al Hanisim ve'al ha'purkan ve'al ha'gurot ve'al ha'shuot ve'al ha'milchamot she'asita la'avoteinu bi'yamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Al Hanisim ve'al ha'purkan ve'al ha'gurot ve'al ha'shuot ve'al ha'milchamot she'asita la'avoteinu bi'yamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Al Hanisim ve'al ha'purkan ve'al ha'gurot ve'al ha'shuot ve'al ha'milchamot she'asita la'avoteinu bi'yamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Al Hanisim ve'al ha'purkan ve'al ha'gurot ve'al ha'shuot ve'al ha'milchamot she'asita la'avoteinu bi'yamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Bi'yamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh. Bi'yamim ha'hem b'zman hazeh, hazeh, b'zman hazeh.
It is always wonderful to have our Shir Ami choir join us and be in our homes with us. As we transition into Aleinu, we think about Judah Maccabee, a little guy who decided that it was upon him to make big change and to make the world a better place in his time. And it is also on us, for us, that we can bring the light and we can bring the gratitude, and together we can make this world a better place.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Whenever we speak of light in this theme of lightness, I'm always drawn to the words by Chana Senesh, Yesh Kochavim. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people we have loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our lives, these are the way we remember. So too, as we add light each night of Chanukah, we recall those who have brought light and love into our lives, always guiding us by their legacy. This Shabbat, we are remembering with reverence Yetta Kaplan, Ruth Zilverberg, Marcia Goldman, Walter Harrison, Esther Rosenthal, Barry Lampke, Julius Pete Sternfeld, Beatrice Green, Bernard David Sumberg, Eleanor Tanner, Barbara Mayer Barish, Harold Kaplan, Brenda Herbsman, Samuel Rappaport, Bella Mintz, Anna Kaufman-Turk, Sarah Dembski, Marvin Greenberg, Henrietta Lazarus Wall, Rita Weinstock, Herman Berkeley, Marcel Loeb, Aaron Fisk, Maxwell Robert Rafkin, Irving Wohl, Evelyn Apple, Lillian Volper, Anna Mancino, Rose Freiberg, Pauline Bardock, Anita Koch, Jean Leich, Leo Wine, Catherine Nathan, Clara Haft, Samuel Axelrod, Gertrude Spinrad Fern, Alexander Grossman, Doris Fligel, Harry Svederlove, Charles Turk, and Robert Carl Gross. We are also in a period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, for Iris Marcus, mother of Catherine Ornstein, Luciano Friedenbach, father of Evelyn Sadler, Albert Weiner, husband of Carol, father of Wendy, father-in-law of Rabbi Charlie Rabinowitz, and grandfather of Bryn and Jamie. Saul Gittleman, father of Judd. Gary Friedman, cousin of Seth Friedman. Harvey Safferstein, brother-in-law of Sonny Goldberg. Suri Nisker, mother of Cole and Jace, daughter of Noreen, sister of Merrill and Craig. And Linda Gross, mother of Karen and David, grandmother of Alexandra and Benjamin. If at this time, whether it is in the traditional period of mourning or if at this season you are recalling somebody who brings you light or who brought you light, I invite you to share their name out loud in your home, and we join their legacies and their memories together in love as we join in the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam olmei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemei kudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved on this evening. Together we say Amen. I invite Michael Nathan, somebody who brings incredible light to our congregation, to share some words of welcome.
Thank you. I'm Michael Nathan. I'm president of the temple. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to wish everybody Shabbat Shalom and a happy Hanukkah. I'd also like to thank Rabbi Serkman, Cantor Scher, Rabbi Frankel, and rabbinic intern Binder Kurlin for leading us in such a beautiful service, especially meaningful for me tonight as I remember my mother and the light that she brought into my life and my family. I'd also like to especially note our three choirs, Shir Joy, Shir Ami, and our song leading teams, and Jonathan Freeman for bringing wonderful music into all of our homes and really bring a smile, I think, to our faces. As somebody said when the first choir was on, so cute. I would also like to wish a mazel tov to Harlan Glassman and his family on becoming a bar mitzvah this weekend. I'm sure everyone is looking forward to you leading us in prayer, teaching, and reading Torah. I'd also like to just make a few announcements. As many of you know, we've been doing an event each night for Hanukkah, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but I do want to point out that tomorrow night we have at 7 o'clock an event with a song leader to celebrate Havdalah Hanukkah with Noam Katz. And then there's other events each night going forward. I'd also like to just add a couple of other announcements for everyone. Next Friday night, the author Barbara Ostfeld will join us for our Shabbat services. She is the first ordained woman cantor in Jewish history. Should be a very interesting event. Also, at this time, when we're celebrating Hanukkah, it's a time to also think about those that are a little bit less fortunate than us. And as you can find on our website, there are lots of opportunities to contribute to various activities and organizations that Social Action and Social Justice have highlighted for us. There's a whole lot more on the website and on the Thursday email that you can find out what's going on at the temple. And again, I'd like to wish everybody Shabbat Shalom and Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you, Michael. If you have not yet signed up for Noam Katz, he is a fabulous songwriter, singer, and we sang one of his pieces tonight. We sing it almost every week just so that and we sing a lot of his music, but what we sang tonight was roll into dark, roll into light. So if you're one of those people who, the kids roll and everybody else sings, really sign up. He's great. Before we finish with our closing song, I put out a challenge out last night when we had our community candle lighting. And the challenge was, as we sang, I had a little dreidel, was for people to make verses for the year 2020 and send them to me. So I got a few, and I want to just share them with you as I promised I would. Here's number one. I have a little dreidel that I found inside the couch. It spent all year in hiding, shouting to be found out. Oh, once I got the dust off, it spun a happy dance, twirling round and round to win I had a chance. Isn't that cute? And here's the second one. I listen to the numbers, I have to say oy vey, but now a vaccine's coming, so COVID go away. Oh, dreidel, 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 oh, dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 oh, dreidel I shall play. Still taking submissions. Join me now as I welcome all of our clergy team back to join us for the end. I just want to shout out, it's so wonderful to be with these musicians in our sanctuary. We have Sam Sadigursky and Marshall Cohen and Samuel Torres and Brian Gelfand and Steve Cohen spread all the way out. We haven't made music together in 10 months. So thank you to all of them for being here with us. Join us for our closing song. Light one candle. Light one candle for the Maccabee children. Give thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when the right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. Light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in. Let anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died when we cried out they've not died in vain? We have come this far, always believing that justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden, and this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.